For many Aussies, owning a home outright feels like an impossible dream. Many either trapped in the rising rental market or struggling to pay off a crippling mortgage. But one young man has well and truly made that dream a reality. In fact, he's done it 100 times over. Eddie Deline didn't have much growing up.
I grew up in poverty. Like, my mum was on Centrelink. We were on food stamps, lived in government housing. It felt like no matter what we did, we could never get ahead.
No one in Eddie's family had ever purchased property before, making it all the more impressive that the 33-year-old now owns more than 100 homes across Australia.
Right now, I'm buying probably like 16 properties at once as we speak.
Yep, you heard right. Eddie's properties span 6 states and are mostly located within an hour of a metro city. They include 33 houses, 5 commercial properties, and the rest are a mixture of units, townhouses and villas. And it all started with a job at Macca's.
I saved up about $200 per week over the course of 2 years. Managed to get around $20,000 deposit. And the first property that I ended up buying was a 2-bedroom, ugly little unit. Everyone said, "You were absolutely crazy for buying that property."
Once he had that first place under his belt, things really got rolling.
I have over 40 investment properties and I'm literally 30 years old right now.
In the last 3 years alone, his extensive property portfolio has almost tripled. It now includes luxe Sydney homes like this one, worth millions. Eddie puts his success down to his 3 golden rules.
Buying a property that is below market value. Buying a property that has massive capital growth potential. Buying a property with massive rental return so that it pays for your mortgage and other associated expenses each week.
And while you might think you need a stack of cash to get ahead, Eddie claims that's not the case.
If a property is $300,000, a person could be working at McDonald's and still be able to afford that. You can get into a property with as little as a 5% deposit, believe it or not. $350,000. 5% deposit, it's less than $20,000.
But some warn it's really not that simple.
Condensing property investment decisions into a few simple rules is really compelling, but it's extremely dangerous. It's extremely unrealistic for most people to aspire to even owning 2 investment properties. Over 70% of investors only own 1.
And strongly advise weighing up the pros and cons before jumping in with a 5% deposit, especially if you're planning to live there.
If you're buying as soon as you've got 5% deposit and you're buying a tiny property that you're going to outgrow very fast, then you're going to basically blow any advantages that you've had by getting into the market early by transaction costs and needing to upgrade a lot quicker.
So is it best to hold off till you have a bigger buffer or strike while the market is hot?
You cannot outsave the market will beat you. So get in right now. Buy an investment property first and then use it to buy your dream house later on.
I see someone like Eddie and he's such a go-getter, obviously, and he says that, like, what was he, 20 or something when he got his first house? And I'm like, I reckon I've had nights out and woken up and thinking I've spent a house deposit. I just wasn't that focused at that age.
Yeah, I know. And by that stage, there's nothing worse than like being 40 plus and people telling you that you should have started something in your 20s and you're like, mate, too late for me. I can't go back in time. Last time I checked, a time machine isn't real.
But also, 100 is so many properties.
I know.
That's too many properties.
This.
I mean, good on him for like making such a great life for himself. But that is so many properties.
Yes.
Like one, have one.
I know, it's like he played Monopoly as a kid and he's like, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Mayfair's mine.